every story.
Today we're focusing on the inner thighs, the outer thighs. If you do it right, you will feel this in your core and glutes, and I will cue you to make sure you are doing it right. Let's come down onto that right hip. Shoulder right on top of your elbow, and then I want your wrist straight out. You're bent at 90 degrees. Your elbow is in line with your hips, which is in line with your ankles. Peel your chest open, stack your hips, bend your knees, belly button in, press that forearm down into the mat. Nice long neck. Keep your feet together, lift your hips, open your legs. Lower, squeeze your knees together, lower those hips. Up, squeeze. I'd rather you move slow. Squeeze your bum, belly button in towards your spine. Good, find the stabilization in your chest and your shoulders. That is exercise numero uno. Next one, you're gonna keep your hip, knee, and ankle in a line. And as you lift your hips, you're lifting your knee and your foot. But first, regular clamshell option here, keeping your hip down and just opening up that top knee. It's an external rotation through that top hip, or pressing off of your hip, grounding down on that right forearm. Belly in, good. Straight line, hip, knee, ankle. Lower with control. Make sure your shoulders stay on top of one another. Don't bring your chest forward. Lift those shoulders up on top of one another. Good, lift your pinky toe up. Shoulders down. That is exercise number 2. Number 3, you lift your hips, extend your legs so it's a little hinge, bend your knee, squeeze your bum, send those toes back so it's a kick and a drive. Here we go. You know your options. Stay grounded on that hip. By the way, we're working on that lower body, but hello, that right side requiring us to stabilize through that chest and shoulders. Don't be fooled. Squeeze your bum. Here we go, everything. Hip, knee, foot. Hip, knee, foot. Option, you can always take that ankle weight off. That's definitely gonna magnify and intensify what's happening here. Here we go. Shin kicks forward, bend your knee, open up your hip like you're poking onto that wall behind you. Poke with your big toe. Option, do this, down on that hip. Press, squeeze your glutes, kick, use your core. Whoo, coming down onto your hands and your knees, but drop to your forearms. Same left side. Just a hydrant. So out to the side, back center. But first, stack your shoulders. Clamshell. Open, close. Good. One grounded, one lifted. That's up to you. What I don't want you to do is cave the arches of your feet together, right? Toe points. Good, foot is coming with you. All the way up, all the way down, all the way up. Good, feel the outside of the glutes, the hip, and the thigh. Shoulder down, your neck is long. Bend, extend, reach. Good, eye of the hip drives forward as you poke those toes behind you. Kick. See if you can do it off that hip. Shoulders are stacked. Belly is in. Hydrant's coming up in 3, 2. A welcomed change. Out to the side. That knee is in line with your hip. Point your toe so that knee comes right out of the side of the hip. Shoulders are steady and square. Belly in. Your fifth and final move. Left leg crosses behind right, and then you bring that knee to your left shoulder. Cross. Are we ready? 5 in a row. Let's get it done so we can get going on that other side. 1 down, 1 lifted, all lifted, or all down. I'm doing a variety. Booty tight. Open up the eyes of the hips when you open and lift those hips. Lift your foot with it. All the way up, all the way down. Right shoulder out of your ear. Zip up your pants. Hips are stacked on top of one another. Shoulders are stacked on top of one another. Belly is in. Chest is proud. Push down on that forearm. I'm staying on my hip. Kick that shin. Poke a hole in the wall behind you with that toe. Squeeze your bum. Nothing is happening in opening up your chest and arching your back. It's the glutes and the core. Hydrants. Out in, belly in. So think about a nice long spine. Tail is reaching diagonally up the wall behind. Squeeze those inner thighs. Squeeze. Drive. Squeeze. long, flat back. You're at a downward angle. Hold it up for a little brief moment at the top. Get on that left side. Shoulder, elbow. Elbow, wrist, straight line, 90 degrees. Shoulder, hips, and ankles, yes? Diamond shape. Good. That top foot, I don't want it heavy smashing down. I don't want your arches caving into one another, right? So I would rather you keep your hip down so that you can control that external rotation of the hip joint without crunching into that bottom foot. Good. So it's just everything up, everything down. No more diamond shape. Woo. Reach it forward. Poke it back. Shoulders. Stay square and level. Squeeze your booty. Good, no arching in that low back. Break. Ay, ay, ay. Two in a row. Really have 2 in a row. Let's make them worthwhile. Yes? Less than a minute of work left to go. Good. One side might not feel as strong as the other. That's this side for me. So just make sure you're taking that time to find the mind-body connection. Really feel it activate in the outside of the hip and glute. Really feel your core energized, right? Supporting your movements. Relax through your jaw. Relax through your head, your shoulders, your neck. Ay, ay, ay. One more move. One more move. We can do this. We'll find a mermaid stretch right after our 20 seconds. Give it your all. Good, feet stay together. Belly button and heart face forward. Don't let it roll open with that hip. Isolate through that hip. Ow.
All them days that I reminisce about the way I used to kiss them pretty lips.